for all your man of the matches and everything else. First of all, let me welcome our new members on YouTube. So welcome to James War, first teamer, to Zach Sherborne, who's now a cult hero, to Sean Hughes, who's a wonder kid, and to Manny Benavides. Apologies, I've got your name wrong there, man. Welcome as a first teamer. Great to have you as one of our YouTube members. So, with that all being said, the first thing I want from you guys is to help me decide who was the man of the match in that game. Or in fact, not even help me decide, you decide for yourselves. And how do you do that? Well, it's very, very simple. As you're watching along now in the live chat, if you type in exclamation mark and vote in capital letters, a space, and then a number of the player that relates to this list over here, right there, press enter or return or whatever it is, and then that vote will be registered. For example, if you think Kelleher was Liverpool's man of the match in this game, and he's very much in the mix for it as well with a few others, exclamation mark, vote, space, 1, enter, and your vote will be registered for the man of the match. And at the end of the show, Tom will let me know who you guys voted for your best player in the game, and we'll see if your best player relates or matches up with my highest score that I give out. Right, with all that being said, I'm going to need your help again. I'll be honest, I'm sharing the load. As I go through every single one of these players, if you want to help me give them help me give them a rating, give me your rating for that player. So, for example, if I'm talking about Kelleher, all I need from you is Kelleher and then a mark out of 10. Put it in the live chat and I will read as many of those as I can. And I'm going to start right away, and I'm obviously going to start with Kelleher. 2 penalty saves. He does let 3 goals in. I thought he could have done better for the first Jamie Vardy goal. I don't think he really had a chance for the second.